So while I'm sad that we're going to miss the daily interaction, I look forward to having the continued interaction as I have a chance to visit your countries and seeing virtually and online and lots of other ways the great work you're doing. When you came into the hall today, you walked under the bust of Annie Sullivan. In many ways, you are your country's Annie Sullivan. You are starting in new ways, expanding services, educating for kids who may not have had all the opportunities before. So we're deeply, deeply indebted. Let us hear now from the secondary chorus. This is a busy week. Some of our students, the secondary class, are on their senior trip. So we have the elite chorus that don't include the seniors, but we're thrilled, and they're going to join us for the circle band under the direction of Arnie Harris and Vera and Jen, secondary chorus. program and what a leader really means. Our next presenter is the leader of our international programs, somebody who both personally and professionally makes me ever proud to come to work every day, Dr. Aubrey Webster. Aubrey?
First of all, let me join Stephen in welcoming all of you here. It is indeed a pleasure. We are delighted with the visitors who are here. We are delighted with all of you here to participate in this event, and for the class of 2012, it is memorable. I want to say thanks, first of all, to a number of people who have worked not only to put the event together, but supported the group. I want to acknowledge the many teachers throughout the Perkins School who have put effort and time into working and supporting our ELPs during the year. I want you to know that I appreciate, and my staff deeply appreciate, your support and the contribution you made to the ELPs and to make this program the worldwide success it is. Thank you very much. I want to acknowledge the work put in to get ELPs here by the coordinators within the international programs and their efforts. Folks like Debbie, Dennis, Steve, Marianne, who are the dual, and the others who have supported us, my staff who support the people when they're here. To you, I want to say thank you. I especially want to thank Jaffer and Miriam for their leadership. Around the world, Jaffer is known as the scheduler. Every ELP, whether I meet them here or I met them in Romania and Russia, they talk about what Jaffer has done. Apart from his leadership, he has certainly helped them to understand how to stay on schedule. Jaffer, thank you so much. Jaffer, I know you couldn't do what we do without Dina. I want to especially thank Dina for working with you and supporting our work. Thank you both. And anyone that I might have omitted, it is not by, we tend to do this accidentally, but I appreciate the support and the work of all of you who have helped to make the ELP program. I thought I would spend a few minutes just to mention and honor our ELPs by name. In February, 4 of our graduates left. They took the early 6 months option as they had to return home. Staying away, of course, for an entire academic year is a long time. And having to, some people can do that and others can't. So we had Rajabu from Tanzania who has returned home. Since his return, he has already started to impact upon the work in Tanzania. I got an email and I looked at something he had done. He has already carried out the program within his university, Patandi in Dar es Salaam, where he is training the rest of the staff there, the rest of the teacher trainees there, and he has trained and worked with already more than 200 teachers. Oriana from Chile And I have seen her program. I know the impact she's making at the university in Santiago. And she has returned and is already turning out work there that is already showing the impact that she has made from coming here. She has met on several occasions, she has told me while she was here, what a difference it's making to her and how much confidence it is giving her that she can go home, work and advocate more for children with multiple disabilities. Mariana from Argentina, similarly, has returned home and has begun her work. And none of us can forget Ludmila from Bulgaria for her absolute dedication and the efforts that she put in. We know that when she spoke, she lit up a crowd and she kept us all alive. Her interest continued, and I look forward to seeing her work very soon. Of the folks who remained and have completed the 9-month program, we were very fortunate to have Sadia from Bangladesh. Sadia is one I have met from time to time in the hall, and she always greets me with, "Hi, Aubrey," with a smile, and I know she's happy. And she's always dedicated. She is returning to her work in Bangladesh, and she tells me she's returning more confident, with a lot more ability. Sadia, we have learned from you, and we are very happy. Arif from Bangladesh. Arif, I know very well. Arif and I have walked down the street because he's enamored by Nova. And when she went over there, I'm sure she went with Arif. Arif, we are very delighted that you are here. We know you are returning home as a leader to continue the leadership of your program, to lead students, to lead teachers in inclusive education, and we know your leadership will be strong. None of us will forget Millicent because she never greets you without a Ghanaian smile. Millicent Akama, thank you very much. We are truly delighted that you came. Millicent is the first person to come from her school to join this program. And the Aquapon School for the Blind. Millicent is going back to put into that school work related to kids with multiple disabilities. And it's a school for the blind that has been in existence in Ghana for a very long time, one of the oldest schools for the blind. But this is the first time they're having somebody trained to work with kids with multiple disabilities. Mary from Kenya. Mary is a leader. She has shone out as one of the leaders of the program and has always taken a leadership role within this program, as she has done in Nairobi. Mary is going back to Nairobi to the Kilimani School, a school that has a major integration program for kids with multiple disabilities, kids who are deafblind, kids who are blind, kids who are deaf, and she is one of the leaders in that program. And I know that the future for Mary within that program and within Kenya stands tall. Mary, we appreciate you. We have learned from your leadership. Tatiana. Tatiana, I know, is very gentle, very soft, and I know that because she came to my house and she, with a number of them over Thanksgiving, were you more for it? Now she loves movement, and she has shown leadership. She's returning to Serbia, and she tells me a stronger person. I know she was already strong. I'm not sure how much stronger, but I know that her leadership in the work in Serbia is going to be better. Again, Tatiana, I know you spent time in the infant toddler and having direct connections in the infant toddler. I was told how much your dedication, how much your work is. We thank you. What can I say about Jiva? Jiva has given of herself. She is one of the many ELPs we have had from India. She came here and she has represented her program, herself, and the ELP. She has spoken at meetings with us about the work in India, and she has been a strong representative. She is an outstanding teacher, I'm told. And she is certainly a personality that you cannot forget. Jiva has a future in this work, and I am sure Perkins and the children with whom she works and the program in India will be part of the future and the transformation of what it means to have a disability something new and positive that people, families and children can stand up as much as those who are able and can hold their heads up, those who are able, and be certainly proud of the work that she will do and is doing. Jiva, thank you. Fiona came here with a different skill, not as a teacher in the sense of classroom teaching, as an occupational therapist. She brought something new to the ELP program, and that she gave something new to the teachers of Perkins. I have heard teachers speak of her contribution here as being significant and being one from whom we too have learned. Fiona, we are delighted. I know your school very well, and I know that on your return to Arthur Blackwell in Marisburg, South Africa, the Arthur Blackwell School would be the better, and I know Marisburg will not be the same when you arrive back. Thank you so much. Q from China, another person who fell in love with my Nobel Prize and cannot restrain herself from wanting to happen. Q, we thank you. We know that your work in China, I've heard from Debbie Gleason of your tremendous work and of the efforts you're doing. I know that your coming here has given us an insight into your dedication and your commitment. I feel very honored to have met you and to have spent some time speaking to you. The teachers at Perkins tell me that you have of your interests. So I want to thank you for being with us, and I wish you luck returning. Lisette from Guatemala, Kundal, a place that had just opened a new facility, so Lisette is going back home to a new facility, renewed spirit, and renewed work. Lisette has done something is leaving with us something that we will have forever, apart from the memories. Lisette did the first webcast by an ELP, and that's going to be on our website forever. Thank you especially for that. And your colleagues in Guatemala tell them they can go to the Perkins site anytime and find it. You have the proof. We are very proud to have been associated with you. We are very proud to be associated with your program. And we know that you're returning home. You will join others who have gone through this program. And we know the transformation has already begun in Guatemala. Congratulations. To all of you, the class of 2012, we are very proud to be associated with you. And thank you. And I look forward to seeing you as you join the army of ELPs that are already out there and leading. Congratulations. Look forward to the future.
Thank you, Aubrey. Thank you for that and what you do all year round. I also want to join with Aubrey to thank all of you again, all the educational staff under the really remarkable leadership of Dorinda Wright and those in the classrooms and the cottages that have opened up your opportunities for these folks all year. Really appreciate what you've done. Also to recognize Ron and Wendy and the music team and everyone who helped from IRD and communications with logistics for today. So join me to thank all of you for your great work. We really appreciate it. We talked about leadership, and to be a leader, one of the key elements is partnership. I mentioned earlier some of our partners in the audience, Sightsavers and Paranor and others, and we value the relationship with them. But we also, in this field, for anyone in the nonprofit field, you know about and have heard of, and from their perspective, hopefully donated to Save the Children. And they are a remarkable group. They do really transformative work in 120 countries. They have, for many, many years, we've partnered with them in some ways. We're strengthening that partnership. So it's a particular pleasure to have their president and CEO come up. It's also the first woman who's led Sightsavers. And in addition to amazing work around the world, they also make special ties. So join me in welcoming Carolyn Miles for her remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. And I am here before you because of my deep talk to you today and to congratulate these wonderful graduates on their tremendous accomplishments. So thank you for inviting me. I spend a lot of time traveling all over the world for Save the Children, and actually I just got back from Bangladesh this Tuesday evening, and I know 2 of our graduates are from Bangladesh. It is a beautiful country, but it is a country with very significant issues for children. So I met some amazing kids when I was there, children who live in a country where there are still, as I said, real critical issues for kids, where the majority of children start working by the age of 12, where about half the children in the country are underweight, where at the age of 8, you have kids that are doing things like drug trafficking and welding and very dangerous work. So it is a country where there are lots and lots of issues for children. I met a young girl there. Her name was Basha, and she began work at a factory at the age of 11. The conditions were very poor. She was beaten. She was paid very little, sometimes nothing. But Basha had joined a group of other children, and they had formed a child club. And they had decided, with some help from others, mostly adults in their community, that they were going to push back. And that as children, they still have the right to a decent life. And I met Basha and was extremely impressed by the voice that she gave to many, many children. What I found in Bangladesh, like most of the places where Save the Children works, and as Steve said, we work in about 120 countries around the world, is that there are happy, vibrant children, even in the most difficult of circumstances. They're excited about their lives and their futures. And they're determined to make their lives and the lives of other children better. How is that possible in such difficult circumstances in which these children live? Many of them don't even have enough food to eat. They don't have access to education. They have very poor conditions in which they live. In most cases I have ever seen, and I have met many of these children over the years, it was because there was someone who cared. A person, maybe a parent, maybe a caregiver, maybe a teacher, maybe an aid worker, even another child. Just one person who cared about that child. And that's what makes the difference in the life of a child. Someone there who reached out and grasped the hand of that child in need. And grasped that hand not just to help them, but to help them help themselves. In the case of the kids I met this weekend, Save the Children staff were reaching out to those children. And I was proud to see the way in which those children's lives were being changed right in front of my eyes. I am just as proud to meet today your ELP graduates from around the world. You are doing something that will touch so many lives of so many children. You will reach out your hand to children who face enormous challenges every single day. But you'll do something actually even more special. Because what you'll do is allow many people to reach their hands out to children. And that is truly a great gift that you'll be giving to others. It's something that is very difficult in today's world to make happen. The challenges that come with the inability to depend on the senses that this world takes for granted is what the children that you will reach face. The children's lives that you touch will depend on how you teach them to learn to get along in that world. And you won't just help those children themselves, as I said. You'll be able to expand that reach through the many, many that you'll be able to teach when you go back to your home countries. So that it will be many hands grasping out to reach the hands of the child. What you have achieved over the last 9 months or so is really a tremendous accomplishment. You've left your friends and families. I'm sure there were many tough moments over the last 9 months. been very difficult, I'm sure, to leave everything behind and come to this place, Watertown, Massachusetts, and to spend all of this time learning. And I'm sure there were many days when our graduates were extremely frustrated, and many days when they felt like, is this really going to make a difference when I go back to my work? Especially in the face of such huge challenges that students that you'll be teaching face, and teachers that you'll be teaching face every single day. And I'm sure you have those days when you just wanted to throw in the towel and go back home. But you didn't. You stuck it out, and you're here today. And I can tell you for sure, having seen many, many children around the world and many people who have helped them, that this is the most important thing you could do. It really does matter. In fact, it might matter more than actually anything I can think of. Because what could be more important than changing the life of a child? Except maybe changing the life of hundreds of children, which is what our graduates will be able to do. So with your new knowledge on how to help children help themselves, you can pass this gift on to others, who can in turn help many more. I want to congratulate you on your graduation today. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the work that you will do for many children. So thank you and congratulations.
As a token of our appreciation, here are two books, a history book of Perkins, and then a photo book of Boston Inspirational Women. While you don't live in Boston, you clearly fit the bill of inspirational women. Thank you. Whether we call them inspirational or the scheduler, I want to introduce the person who makes all of this happen. From the visa applications to the logistics to all of the thousands of details with the team, Marianne and Dean and other. Join me to welcome Shafir Barkoush for his remarks.
Thank you, Stephen. Good morning, everybody. It doesn't seem fair to be just scheduling, isn't it? I also want to thank Carol and Miles. And my wife had the pleasure of watching her being interviewed on the news a couple of weeks ago by when I thought, and we both enjoyed it. I appreciate your care and involve your children around the world. So this group is the 23rd graduating class of the Education and Leadership program. Not so fast. This is also the 92nd graduating class of the Perkins Teacher Training Program. 92nd class. During this, Perkins started in 1920, and during this time, Perkins trained many, many American teachers as well as international. I think our American graduates probably a little over 1,000. According to our records, there were 534 international professionals that graduated from Perkins, and if I really like statistics, I could try to give you some accurate and fantastic figure of how many children's lives they reached. But they know, as they, from their experience and from Barbara Miles and Marianne Riggio's teachings, it's all about conversations. They have learned how to converse with all children about them. I wasn't here at the beginning of the Perkins Teacher Training Program, Perkins staff who might even be right here in the hall graduated 40 years ago, 1972. I don't know if Barbara Mason, Susan Snanian, or Martha Majors are here, but there are a few of my classmates, and there are many, many more. For over 20 years, it has become popular to say that it takes a village to educate a child. The importance of harmonious effort to achieve to assist persons to achieve their goals is certainly not new to us at Perkins. We have groups of people working to provide quality educational services to many students here. Other groups provide active and meaningful residential and recreational services. And still, more groups are formed to handle the maintenance of the campus, make sure the students' health needs are met, and so many more. Sometimes I'm wondering if it's clear as to how many people are involved to provide that sound education and experience to our international colleagues while during their 9 months of study at Perkins. My ELP program colleagues, as Obi mentioned, Marianne Lucio and Dina Fiore, do their best to help organize, support, and closely follow up the entire program offered in the Education Leadership Program. And believe me, their best is second to none. The regional coordinators are involved from the selection of the ELPs until they are literally driven to the airport to return home with their extra luggage. You know, it takes many more people of goodwill to enable an ELP participant to experience and learn while at Perkins. In addition to all the programs and departments involved with the education of our students, many staff spend a great deal of their time to assist our international colleagues in their quest to become even better prepared professionals. Many people go above and beyond their expected responsibilities to support the ELPs. My deepest gratitude to those who lecture many, many, many hours during the whole year, and to those teachers and other professionals, I'm referring to OTs too now, who provide guidance during the ELP's practicum. These people are the hidden resources, which of course do not appear on our annual plans or budgets, but they are what makes the program really tick. I would also like to recognize another of our secret weapon of mass education. I think Dr. Susan Bruce from Boston College is here. Susan, are you here? Okay. Susan has been most generous with her time and knowledge for many, many years for each of our ELPs. Thank you, Susan. Certainly, the ELPs have seen examples of the best educational practices while at Perkins. We are again thankful to all those who provided the opportunities. Now, graduates, before you return to your countries to be with your families, friends, and students, I would like to tell a little story. I think by now the ELPs are familiar with my little story to illustrate a point or something. Some of them I think he thinks it's probably age-related. A few weeks ago, I heard an interview on BBC radio. After saying I watched Carolyn Miles on TV and heard BBC, I wonder if people think, oh, that's all I do. The British Broadcasting Corporation had Mark Pollock on the radio. Mark Pollock was born in the 70s, and in his 20s was an exceptional athlete and a student at the Trinity College in Dublin, Ireland. He was a member of the Irish national rowing team. About this time, he lost his eyesight. After several years of rehabilitation, Mark Pollock was able to resume his health and enthusiasm for life. He gained his place in the national rowing team, and actually his team won several international competitions. This was not enough for this young man. He ran several marathons. I'm reducing the numbers, so try not to exaggerate. He ran a marathon in the Gobi Desert in Central Asia, a marathon in North Africa, and a marathon to Mount Everest. I didn't know they did that. He even completed a 1,000-mile trek to reach the South Pole. Unfortunately, at the height of his athletic accomplishments, Mark had a fall and became paraplegic while at a friend's house. The BBC interviewer asked Mark Pollock if after becoming first blind, then physically disabled, he wanted to say enough is enough and give up on life altogether. His answer is most telling. I did want to give up at first when I became blind, he said. But after my rehab, I was able to learn to participate in all sorts of high adventures. So now, I'm thinking that although I cannot see and I'm not as mobile as I used to be, maybe with the right sort of support, there might be a way found, yet unknown to us, by which I can continue to enjoy the outdoors, the snow, the nature. Dear graduates, Mark Pollock's exceptional success is wonderful, but I want to bring to your attention another. Each of you will have the opportunity of working with children who, with the proper support and ways yet unknown to you, to us, to others, can and will enjoy life. Your students and their families are counting on your creativity and dedication to find these ways. We at Perkins believe in your inner strength and commitment to succeed. Furthermore, you, each of you, believe in your own will to unravel the Gordian knot which is called disability. You are the cutting edge of this field. Go home with our love and blessing. Congratulations on your graduation and best of luck going forward. Thank you.
former director and founder of this program, Mike Song. Aubrey?
Thank you, Steve. Every time we get together for this event, and we reflect on the great work of Perkins School and the leadership of Jafar for did he say it since 1920? For the years that he has been carrying the program. I also reflect on the leadership that brought us this far in the deafblind arena and in serving kids with multiple disabilities. This week, we were told by the Greek Association, persons who have gone through the ELP program, that they are taking this week recognizing the work of Mike Collins and our former director, Mike Collins, and ex-graduate. So I want to share that. And then last week we got a note that the Brazilian organizations with whom Perkins has a close relationship and developed many ELPs come through, also are running an online program in the name of Mike Collins and honoring him. And I feel proud to know that I know all of you, and I wanted to share this information. And it's another part of the puzzle ELPs that you were falling in line where we have people throughout the world recognizing the work of people who have contributed from Perkins, but also contributed to the ELP program. Thank you.
Thank you, Aubrey, for that very special announcement. So I'm going to ask Shafir to come back up now, and we're going to present the diplomas for each of the graduates.
I'm going to call each of the graduates. Please come forward to receive your diploma from Bangladesh, Sadia Afroz. Also from Bangladesh, Arif. From the School of Champions, Ghana, Millicent Aita. From Qingdao, China, Chu Guping. From Nairobi, Kenya, Mary Maragia. From Belgrade, Serbia, Tatiana Medved. From South Africa, one of the good OTs, but not the first one, Fiona Parker. From Chennai, India, Jiva Muthusamy. A couple years ago, I missed one person. I hope I didn't. From, and I practiced this, Huetenango, Guatemala, Lisette Viva.
So let's hear it for the graduating class of 2012. So now it's going to have, again, our remarkable student singers for another great piece under the direction again of Arnie, Vera, and Jenny. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Great job. Really appreciate that. Now we're going to have Mary and Richard come up and play the dual role, both regionally and in the ELP program, to introduce the class speaker. Mary Ann?
It's really been a privilege to be part of this. Every year, the ELP select one of their peers to share their collective reflections about their year at Perkins. And as I introduce this year's speaker, I'm going to tell a story about her. Japier's not the only one who can tell a story. Last spring, after receiving her acceptance email from Japier, I had an email from her shortly afterwards that said, and I guess to Japier as well, that said, I have a big dilemma. I have been accepted into a master's program in Norway, and I have been accepted to the ELP program, and I don't know what to pick. So I wrote back to her and I said, yes, you do have a big choice to make. All I can tell you is the ELP program will provide you with a lot of very practical knowledge about teaching children with deaf blindness. However, I also know that if you get a master's degree, you will receive an increase in your salary when you go home. And so Javier, after I closed the email, Javier and I started looking at the list of the applicants on the waiting list because we were sure that she would choose the master's degree. And in less than 24 hours, I got a very warm response to my email that said, thank you very much. I have made my decision. I know I belong in Perkins. So I think that speaks volume of who this person is and why she was selected. When I think of the attribute list for this person, it's very long. She's a person whose face lights a room for all who know her. We don't turn the lights on when Mary's in the room. She is a wonderful friend. She is a hard-working person. My biggest challenge was paring down her project because she wanted to do it all. She has been a support to her friends, and she just has loved every minute with the students here at Perkins. So I know that when she goes back to Kenya, I'm fortunate I won't have to say goodbye to her, but see her soon. And I know for sure that she is a leader that will go far in this work. In Swahili, the word for teacher is walimu. So I'm privileged to introduce to you Walimu Mary Maradia.
and we began to evaluate our lives and learn things were welcomed by everyone across campus, no matter where we live, whether in the colleges or the ELP apartments. Regardless of their positions, from everyone's lips came the words, "You're most welcome." This helped us feel at home, all as a result of American and Perkins hospitality. Now that we have left our countries, jobs, families, and friends, and made a choice to come to America. Yes, it took us time to get used to some parts of American culture. We had to adjust to American foods. Even though the American foods tend to be so delicious, and we had some cooking classes, yes we do, some amazing discoveries were also humorous. Who ever thought you could buy empty eggs? Boneless chicken, leave alone boneless fish. During the winter season, some among us wanted to experience snow, but were half disappointed. We have been told that this probably was the mildest winter in the ELP history. Others were happy, and others were not happy that we were missing this lifetime experience of 90 inches of snow. Remarkably, we were constantly challenged and inspired by scholarly lectures and the practical experiences in the classrooms here at campus, at institutions, and agencies that serve persons with disabilities that we visited. Lights flashed from our cameras, photographs, and more photographs we took, but we were sure to later Jaffe, not for Facebook. On the other hand, working in the residential colleges gave us another perspective. We were all marveled by what happens after the students leave the classrooms. The collaboration between the college staff and the classroom teachers and the back and forth school and home communication took us aback. Our stay here and graduation today is not the end of the world, but rather it's the beginning of a noble calling to provide students with visual impairment, multiple disabilities, and deafblindness with a quality education that is no less than that given to their typical peers. Perkins has equipped us with an extraordinary and valuable tool. It has taught us how to learn from our students, and that every moment is a learning and teachable moment. This handy skill never wears out. So please, my international colleagues, let's use this all the time. Indeed, we feel our professional work has become richer. Equally, we learned that to learn is to place others before you and to make their needs your priority. When we put our students at the center of the frame, the entire world changes, and for the better. And this we have witnessed here at Perkins. When you are drawn into the lives of others, you enter their needs, their hopes, their dreams, and their families. They whisk us down and imaginary corridors towards possibilities that have been given to us before. With the Educational Leadership Program 2011-2012 class participants, Oriana from Chile, Maria from Argentina, Lisette from Guatemala, Chu Wiping from China, Nila from Bulgaria, Tatiana from Serbia, Fiona from South Africa, Nielsen from Ghana, Rajab from Tanzania, and Mary from Kenya. Would like to thank the President of Perkins School for the Blind, Steve Goldstein, for giving us the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be a part of this wonderful program. Thank you, Steve. Also, we would like to make mention of the Perkins International, Opre, Jaffe, Marianne, Steve, Dennis, Debbie. Thank you for your support and guidance. had meaningful interactions and conversations, and we enjoyed every bit of it. We wish to acknowledge the teachers and residential staff at Perkins who opened their hearts, granted us access to students in their classrooms and colleges, and provided the invaluable feedback and insights to our questions. To the Perkins students, you are and will continue to serve as invaluable resources to the programs in our countries. You will always hold a special place in each of our hearts. We are fortunate to have a place, a pool to bring knowledge, skills, and hands-on experience from. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to the many people who have given us personal and professional support throughout the learning process here at Perkins. We feel we have a bigger support system. With the online community, we shall remain part and parcel of the greater Perkins community across the world. We look forward to the continued partnership in the future. Finally, we thank you for having organized this graduation ceremony. May God bless each of you abundantly.
Isn't she amazing, huh? They're all like that. So, as a final, we're going to end the way we started with beautiful music from Anton. Join me as we listen to that, and afterwards, I welcome you to congratulate the graduates and then head upstairs for a reception. Anton?